Generic greetings and welcome back once again to Prison Architect. Today's beverage is a very refreshing cocktail of gin, vodka, rum, whiskey. No, it's just a nice standard cuppa tea, the good old-fashioned cuppa. So welcome back to Prison Architect, and previously, I should keep it paused actually, we were building over on the left, which was to include an additional kennel and security room, mainly because of the CCTV, but also obviously doggos need to rest, and we made provision for the infirmary, and then we basically cloned this cell block here. So overall, I think progressing on quite nicely. We probably still got the odd thing to change and stuff when it comes to deployment, but it seems to be not too bad. Either way, in this episode, we're going to put in things like the flooring around here. We're going to put in the infirmary. We're going to add in also some staff rooms. So let's do just that. I'm going to go ahead and go to planning, actually, and go and measure this on here. So it was 7 down to there, and then it goes across, which internal should be 5, which it is, and I'm just going to double check on the other side, which it is there too. This is just making provision for any potential expansion when it comes to, well, the facility to the left, so we can add in more power. I don't think it's going to happen, but we might as well, let's say, plan off for that eventuality. And then you've got 2 rooms in here. The size is 23, so we can make it 12 by 12. Sorry, 11 by 11. Let's double check that. So we can go for that. So 11 and 11. Yep. And then similar thing on this side, like so. And then it's 11, 11. And there you are, yes. So, okay, foundations building brick, and truth be told, I'm just going to build the last remaining bit of it. So we'll do that, and let the game crack on. Because, as I said, getting these done, putting the flooring in, all of the other stuff, getting in some staff rooms on the left, that should hopefully help out, especially not so much the guards and stuff, I don't think, but certainly the people working in the kitchen, the cooks and the workers actually building, they're probably the ones that are most overworked. So let me go to infirmary and designate this to an infirmary, this to an infirmary. Let's go for maybe storage, which can go in here, although I can change it to probably something a little bit more useful, but we'll see. And then let's go for medical beds, and we'll get in, I only need 2 doctors stationed in each one, really. Let's go to deployment, and, ooh, something's gone on there. That's 3 clubs that have been found in the cleaning cupboard. Snitch, ex-prison guard, dealer, green thumb, and foodie. Felix here. You've had a interesting life cycle there. What are they in for? Assaulting an officer and possession? Okay. Fair enough. So, we still have, obviously, capacity for another couple of days intake that's safe. In fact, it's a lot more than that, truth be told. We were on 160-odd inmates over here before we even got the dormitory. So, we should be fine. And there's a tunnel. So, there is the escape. Guys, going through here. Where'd you get that saw? Bart Connings, where did you get that saw? Ooh, they could... That's a lot of inmates. They could get out here. Right. Emergencies. Right, police and paramedics. I'm going to bring those guys in. It's not something we often do. But it just feels like... I don't know, it just feels like we were probably going to need this. So there is our... Well, not that you can see much. But there is our... entourage, trying to dissuade them from escaping. I wonder why it was here, of all places. I mean, it's been in others. I guess this is closer to the front door. potentially. But yeah, riot and paramedics. Right, guys, and paramedics. Get rid of those. Paramedics, get them in. Heal up. I think they've pretty much done it. We'll get rid of the rest of them. So, there's obviously going to be a now high... Has that been removed? It is. It's now going to be a high danger level. It's going to fly up now because obviously we're searching a lot of areas and such. So we'll see how we get on. That's now been removed, all of this flooring. Let's replace that. So I wonder if we found that during the normal search. Danger level is going right down, which is good. I don't know if we have enough... How many cooks do we have? We have staff. Come down here. Ah, it's total 58. Best to check it from here, isn't it? 36. I don't know what the distribution of that would be. But like 4 each, is it? So we probably need some more. Let's take us to 40. Then it's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40 in total. Yes, so it's five cooks for each kitchen, assuming the game automatically assigns them, you understand. Right, looks like this is done. Let's pause it for a moment while we put in all of this, walls and such, and then we'll run some electric cable just to get some lights in here. So it would be, actually we'll put some doors in. Staff door, double staff door, staff door like that, and then we'll just finish the utilities off. Which, as I said, this is just making provision for any expansion. And there is a lot of money, 154. Have we done... No, we haven't done the Reformed Prisoner Initiative. Interesting. I haven't got any grants, though. I wonder why we've got so much money that way. It's a lot of it's early prisoner release. Okay. So, I'm going to go for staff room. Staff room requires the following. Sofa wide. Like that. And that and that. And drinks machine. Doesn't require anything else. Let's see then. Flooring. Concrete. And it's going to be basically this. That's a lot of... That's 4 deaths there in quick succession. I'm going to double check that. Snitch X law enforcement, yeah. I think the main improvement we could probably see within the facility would be to adding in contraband in the prison is out of control. Is adding in an area for protective custody, but I don't know where we can put it other than just another one of these areas here. Let me go for the last 24 hours. So stuff's been detected. Lots of clubs being found in the cleaning cupboard. There's all these pens. That's probably what's triggered the alert, because they've went through this parole here, and we've seen that not last episode, the episode before that, the pen being mightier than the sword, or is it? As it goes through, as they go through here, the parole have just grabbed all the stuff. Yeah. Anyway, so building the staff room, building this up here. That's all good. We need to do some more cloning. So it's going to be down here. I'm just going to let the workers crack on. I'm not going to worry about the next prison intake bus taking us to max. There's another... Oh, there's a grand completion error. That is for, I believe, 100 prisoners who have been released. 146 prisoners being released, 127 of them paroled early with a 14 reoffending rate. Let's also go for shakedown all sectors, which is 1,341 places. Wow, okay. Back to flooring. Ceramic. The ceramic flooring. Go in here. Like that. So we're finding some contraband. But nothing major. A baton, 3 clubs, needle, a tunnel over there, but I don't believe it. Booze, lighter, sedatives, rolling pin, first aid kit. Yeah. All the usual. So, nothing major there. We fully searched that out, and that's obviously going to make the prison... Yeah, prison temperature is really high. Danger level is high. Prisoners certainly well treated and well fed, because we do still have 2 sets of eat time. If we check the regimes, 2 sets of eat time for each category of inmate, and each of those, in policy, is set to high quantity and high variety. So there we are. Let's go flooring. Sulaco flooring. Here and here. Obviously didn't place the wall in there. I'll do that now. And there either. That should be fine. All of this should be staff only. Staff only. There we go. Job done. Okay. So, I'm going to let the workers just settle down, finish off over here. Then once again, it's going to be another clone. That's basically our life now. More cloning, more better. Let me pause it for a moment, because apparently there's a tunnel there. I don't believe it would be there. It's going to be in line with these. Starved to death over here. Okay. That's not good. Obviously. We had an issue before where the... We've got a guard locker here. We had an issue before where we had these 2 infirmaries, and for whatever reason, everybody was being escorted to one, yet all the doctors were in the other. And that's why if we check these, now the deployment should be set, yeah, we have at least 2 doctors assigned to each of these. But again, I thought at least some would wander over here, because we had 8 doctors and only 2 assigned, so, well, the game's gonna game, isn't it? Right, so, I think all of the flooring is pretty much in. A staff room in there, which is all good. We don't have anything else in the staff rooms, by the way, because we don't have staff needs on, so we don't need that. What we do need, though, is to go to custom and cloning quick build and all of that, and then build the other cell block, because that is what we do. So, let's get this one done, and then we can think about finishing off the final one. I guess while they build that, we could probably set up some patrols. Is it possible? It is possible. And it is doable. It's harder to do because the flooring is not placed, which means it's a bit more difficult to see what we're doing. We can still assign them to this. It's fine. So there's the patrols there. We go to assign guards. We go 1, 2, 3, 4. Dog handlers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. My mistake. Change it to that. 1, 2, 3. Armed guards. And we do have armed guards in here. And we're going to put some more in that security room as well. We're going to need some more armed guards. We need some more dog handlers, I think. Let's take us to 50. Let's get the guards. That's fine. And probably, actually, a couple more janitors. Staff programs. It's all running fine. Guard taser, can't run any more of. We haven't actually hired any more standard guards. Seems to be a bit violent over here. Yes, we have 60 regular guards. 24 of them are available. A lot of wreaths getting shouted there. Murdered by prisoner. I don't know what their concern is. It's not an escape. You can see there's loads of guards coming in the bottom. You've got guards with tasers, you've got armed guards here. I haven't put on free fire. We have a riot, so I'm putting on free fire. First time in the series that I've put that on, I think. There you go. Riot is stopped. I'll turn the free fire off. But deaths 10 today. I mean, until that's cleared, I really can't see what's gone on there. We've got some extremely volatile inmates in here. I'm not seeing, as a cursory glance, any... I'm not seeing any inmates like the... got dangers, basically, no. There's no one in danger. No one being targeted. There's no guard, ex-law enforcement, any of that, so I don't know. What I will do, though, is go to bureaucracy. I've already got legal prep, that's good. I'm going to go for offshore tax haven to get myself some more money on that one. And I don't need to get legal defense. Legal defense, by the way, it's 50 grand. 3 hours to unlock, requires a lawyer. You're in a bad situation. Something went terribly wrong and you've been put on notice. If it looks like you aren't going to be able to manage the situation, your lawyer can help get you off the hook. Completing this research will remove any current warnings that might otherwise result in you being fired. So we've had that before where there was too many escapes. I think it was over here, the original cell block. And it says, yes, if there was another 5 more escapes, you will be fired. That's what it said. So if you've got legal defense, or if you unlock a legal defense, which is 3 hours, any warning on the bottom, so it could be too many escapes, too many deaths, whatever it happens to be, the failure state, it will simply remove that. So it's a once and done type of thing. You can only do it once. Right, danger level is high, and I'm going to have to check that. Why? There is a big need for safety. That's probably because of the, mass amount of fights that we've had. Food need, which is normally the thing, is fine. Exercise, family, recreation, and comfort all being met. There is a privacy need that is of note, which, yeah, we can't do anything about. And then there's some tertiary ones there as well that never go to critical. So I'm just going to... It's all work/free time, so I'll wait until basically food, and then I expect the danger level to go down. Not over here, though, you understand. Another snitch, yeah. What is our distribution of inmates? We have 68 minimum capacity, 64 medium, 134 maximum, and 52 supermax. Not much of a surprise then, what's going on, I guess. We can see the workers are doing their best. You know what might be causing a big issue, actually? I just thought about it. This storage here. I'm going to remove it. Because what happens is they drop it off here, then they bring it all the way over here, and then they start building, rather than just picking up and moving it. You've got a little bit of storage here. I'll let them keep doing that. Yeah, maybe the storage over here is a bit of a bad plan. You'd think mathematically it wouldn't make much difference. Drop it off, then bring it to here, then build it. Rather than drop it off, place it there, and then bring it into here. Oh, okay, there is a slight difference if they do it that way. But yeah, anyway, not going to do a full shakedown tonight. That ain't going to happen. Let's see if there's anyone who wants to do the general education course, because you can see we are still working on that grant. Program, should I say. General education course. Let me get some... let me just get me a lot of scrolling here. Oh, 2 interested in general education, so I'll fire that up. Alcoholics group, fire that up. Well, actually, we've already got some running. Oh no, there's no room to run that. We've got pharmacological treatment though, I think. Yes, 56 in the queue, but nobody's assigned. Could be because these are all the serious staff only, but this should be brought to it. Normally it would alert us that there's a problem. So, we are now in a position where we don't have the capacity for all of the inmates, so some of them will be going. Has that guy been stuck there? Yeah, he's in solitary for some reason. End punishment. Why were they in solitary? Let me double check that. Nothing in solitary. Nothing. I've noticed them. I'll be honest. I've noticed them last episode, and they've probably been stuck there for a lot longer before that. 23 days without incident. Have they literally been in there for... Hang on. No, it can't have been. Oh, it could be 23 days. Yes, it could have been 23 days because we're on day 27. They could have been there for several days. It is a possibility. Almost certainly if I go back through the edit. Yeah. Anyway. This is all getting built, which is good. Deployment. Looks like the foundation's done. Staff only. And the laundry. And that should be that set. Danger level is now low, which is good. Like I say, I'm very tempted to change the last cell block to just have protective custody in. Is that worthy of our attention? Possibly. It is possible. So, I really need to know how many inmates left in the last 24 hours. Is there a way for me to find out? That's deaths and escapes. Oh, the prison's valued at over 1 million. Released prisoners. It tells us released, but not when. Performed prisoner rewards yesterday, 4 grand. So that's, yeah, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Because you get £1 each. But then fines is 5 grand. So that's, you get fined. Oh, that makes sense. You get £1 for them being reformed, leaving and reformed. You get fined 5 grand for them reoffending. Let's wait until this ticks over to the next day, and then we'll hopefully get a better readout. That reads to me like there was 5 inmates left. Pause. Right, reformed prisoner rewards yesterday was plus 15,000. It also shows a couple of reoffended there, 5 grand and 5 grand, but it doesn't show in here. Fines yesterday. That couldn't have been just today, right now, could it? I don't know also whether that accounts for prisoners just leaving in general, or parole early. It's not entirely clear. Basically, I'm trying to find out whether or not we are having 24 inmates leave, either via parole or them just generally finishing their sentence. I guess also we can probably add on, sadly, them perishing within the facility or tunnelling out. We have to account for the average of all of that. And bias that with how many are actually arriving, which is 24 per day. Will that get to net zero? I don't know. I really don't know. If it does, that means that this is completely sustainable. But we also have to account for another factor, which is we receive several inmates of mixed category. this particular instance, 9 minimum, 7 medium, 5 maximum, and 3 supermax. As we get higher in the grading, we also get longer sentences and a less chance of the prisoners being paroled early and less chance of them reforming, which means that naturally you tend to then get a longer prisoner stint. And I don't know if inmates can simply die of old age. There is aging in the game. It is a thing we've turned on. In fact, we'll see if we can see any inmates. Actually, did I turn it on? I don't think I did, actually. Hang on then. Extras. Map settings. Prisoner aging is not on. Enabling this option will allow prisoners to physically age as the years pass, then becoming less energetic and weaker compared to their youth. So yeah, I don't know if, let's say a prisoner comes in with, say, you know, an 80-year stretch, and they're already 50s, 60s. I don't know what medical technology we have in this world, but the chances are they ain't going to leave other than horizontally. So we'll have to see. But anyway, let's see how it is working over here. Is it working? I think so. Let's go for more kitchen staff. Let's take us to 50. Going to get us up to, I think, 80 guards as well. Take us up to 60 dog handlers. Am I overdoing this? Oh, yeah. Do I need another armory? Possibly. I can run some guard lockers around that side and then up here. Now, that should be fine. Some more deaths as well. Oh! Probably. Strong... oh, actually, I don't know what's going on. Extremely volatile, that inmate there, who were then fighting Richard Denning. Attacked prisoner, serious injury, attacked staff, and then maybe they've attacked this dog handler, Kirkpatrick, and the doggo deputy. The deputy doggo. It's possible. I'll need another dog handler. I'll also need to. Extremely volatile again. Mauled to death by a guard dog. Which guard dog? It's probably that guard dog there, actually, and they've just bled out. Okay. Let me double check. Programs, staff programs, guard taser, we'll start running that. So, max speed this out. Danger level is going up because obviously there's going to be loads of searches and all of the usual stuff there. And obviously money is going to go down now because we have a lot more staff. How are utilities doing? They're doing alright. I'll need to run them like this. Like this. I'll worry about the other stuff once it's actually in. Let me lock open these jail doors so the workers can continue building. Lock open, lock open. There we go. Okay. Danger level is now going down. Right. Not terrible. Not great, not terrible. 3.6. We're going to call it there for now. That's been a bit of Prison Architect. Coming into the early hours of the morning. Let's just double check finishing off here. It says reformed prisoner rewards yesterday is 12 grand. So that's 12 inmates released. And then 15 grand fines. So is that 15 prisoners released then? Because it's £1 grand for positive and 5 grand for negative. Oh, it looks like if this is for tomorrow, then it's going to be more, it's going to be a bit more interesting in terms of the financial side of things. Okay, so overall then, I think we're in a decent state. There's not much we can do, like I say, about the snitches and ex-law enforcement inmates, unless we build this, which we're going to do next episode anyway, and that'll be basically the finishing of the facility, and then we move them all over to here. Would that help us out? I'm not too sure. I'm going to have to think about that one. Let me know in the comments what you think, but we may trial it, because if we trial it and it doesn't work, we can always change it back, can't we? Either way, let's see what happens. As always, comments in the comments. Hope you have enjoyed it. Thanks very much for watching. Take care, and generic partings.